Hey everybody, it's time to stop searching for the perfect classroom map and start vibe coding it. Today, we're making a choice map in under 5 minutes using nothing but a simple sentence. I'm Remy, and this is Vibe Coding for Educators. No syntax, no brackets, just your idea turned into a vision. Let's jump in. Alright, here we are in Canva to create our choice map. So, like the last couple of videos, I'm going to click on Canva AI. I'm going to click Code, just to be safe. And I'm going to copy and paste in my prompt for today. So design a map with 3 icons. When clicked, show a text box with a story prompt for each. We're going to hit submit. And we're going to see what happens. So again, I like that it is kind of showing me what it's thinking of. I like watching the code in real time. Do I know what it's saying? No. Am I slowly learning a little bit over time? Yeah. Will I be able to do something as quickly as I can vibe coding it in Canva? No. I would insert some profanities, but I'm trying to keep it PG. So this is the first thing that we've created that is going to lean into a little bit more of the text-heavy elements in Canva that I know when we designed the quiz last time, we got to see some interaction there. But here, right, it's designing not just the interface for our story map, but then also the different elements of the stories, the different chunks of the map, which is why this has probably taken a little bit longer than the last couple of times. Ooh, we've got a compass rose. Here's our story, right? We're seeing our prompts in there. So what, we're at about 90 seconds and oh, boom, we're done. Okay, so we've got our title. We can click a location to discover our tale. So if I click on the Whispering Woods, right, it gives me the setup that I stumble upon an ancient tree. The tree spirit speaks 3 riddles you must answer to claim what lies within. What are you doing? What secrets might the tree be guarding? So I could use this as something to then write about. Right, I can do the same thing with my castle or with the crystal depths. So I can get some of these things. So again, I can tweak it if I were to play with this for personal use. I like the flashiness of the text here, but I feel like it's really, really hard to read like this color that is fading into the same color as the background. I tend to like to use sans serif fonts for our users with dyslexia or other text processing issues. So I'd probably say, hey, can we do some of these things? And in a future video, I'll kind of show you some of the deeper iterations that I'll play with. But let's say that we want to really lean into the fantasy vibe, and our vibe check will be to make the text boxes look like old parchment scrolls. So it's going to think about that. And in theory, this should have less for it to code. It shouldn't take as long as it did the first time, right? Because instead of setting up not just the interactivity of this main box, but then doing the same thing with all 3 of these icons, now it's going to see if it can alter these individual text boxes to give that fantasy parchment look, parchment feel. So it's still rewriting a lot of the same stuff we saw from the first go, but it feels like it's moving a little bit faster. I don't know. I could be making that up. I'm gonna enjoy some more of my Dr. Pepper and cream soda in my sweet Robo-Link mug. Neither of them sponsor me, but if I did, I'd probably have more mugs and more Dr. Pepper cream soda. So here we go. If I click on my Whispering Woods, we get a little bit of a different feel, right? So it's showing up here in the side. So I would probably, again, as I iterate this and go, what are some other things that I could do? Maybe make sure it centers it, because I don't know if it's, whoops. I don't know if it's pushing it way off to the side just because of how my screen is set up or what, but I go, hey, can we move some of these things? Maybe If I wanted to have students interact with this, then I could give them a response spot to write below, that it could then go to like a Canvas sheet where I could look at things like that as well. This is probably one that I'll sit and play with a little bit more. And in the second series of Canva videos, I'll kind of show you some of the things that I did to kind of iterate it to turn it into a final usable item based off of my preferences or what I think meet my students' needs. So now it's your turn. This is one that I'd really like to see if you coded along and played along with the prompt. What's something that you did to kind of make it match what you would worry about in your classroom? Did you have some accessibility concerns with that one? Did you want to change it to not an old school fantasy story, but to something else for a writing prompt? You know, how do you want to have your students engage with it? Share your published Canva version in the comments down below, and I'll look at it and, you know, we'll talk about them and kind of compare notes in a future video. But you can use that prompt. It's down in the description. It's saved up on the screen. Make it match your grade, your subject, the content you are working on right now. And if this saved you a little bit of prep time or gave you something neat that you can point to your students and go, I made that, hit subscribe. In the next video, we're making... I only groan because I'm a social studies guy, and we're going to talk about math. We're going to make some math manipulatives in the next video, and I'll see you there.